What is going on, people, and welcome back to another video. It's your boy Spainey, and I'm feeling very cold right now. Back. This is what, week 23 of marathon training, and yeah, I've just recorded my week 22 recap. Wasn't the greatest, so yeah, hoping this week is going to be a lot better. But week 23 started off today. It's Tuesday the 24th. I have just done a 9k. Well, I've done my upper body session and then went out and did a straight 9k. Straight after, did it in 54 seconds or so. 54 minutes, sorry. I'll put it on screen, but it was about an average pace of 6:27 or something like that. About 56 minutes, something, I don't even know. Although my heart rate was definitely a lot higher than I wanted it to be. But we move, it be like that sometimes, so now just getting in some recovery, cold plunge for 2 minutes, get into the sauna for 15, come back into the cold plunge again, and then into the steam room, and then crack on with the day. But yeah, hope you guys are all blessed. Rest of the week, tomorrow, lower body, no running. Thursday, steady run. Friday, full body. Saturday, recovery run. And Sunday, the plan is to do what I was meant to do last week, the 28k, but we shall see, because obviously my foot, I said in last week's video that I feel like I need to change my running shoes, to be honest with you, and change from the Evo SLs, because I feel like that's the reason I've been having the problems with my feet, or my foot, should I say, but we shall see. But hey, there's 2 minutes. I'm gonna get out and crack on with the rest of this. Have a good day, guys. Friday night, it's about, well, it's exactly 11:15 in the evening. I've just got in from the gym, done a full body session, which was decent. But yeah, now about to get in a 10k run. As you can see, just doing a quick foot roll, just so that just to try and prevent any issues. I'm gonna take an energy gel as well, because my evening runs, I always feel like I lack energy. So I'm gonna take one of these to hopefully mitigate that. So it should be right, but I'm not gonna lie, it's the first time I'm picking up the camera, obviously, because the last clip you would have seen would have been me Tuesday, debriefing my Tuesday run. It's the first time I'm picking up the camera since then, because it's the first time I'm running since then. To be fair, I've got all my gym sessions done now this week. Obviously I did Tuesday, did lower body yesterday, and then full body today. But in terms of runs, I've not really been running, just because I'm not gonna lie to you, my foot, man, like it's just not felt great since the 26k. And I've been feeling it a little bit, even just in normal day-to-day this week. So I've not wanted to kind of aggravate it or put any undue stress on it or anything like that, and just kind of see how it goes. Do you get what I mean? But at the same time, I'm kind of getting to a point where it's like, I need to get these runs in. So, I mean, I'm sure I'll be able to run today. So we'll see how I feel. I'm going to wear the insoles. I'm not sure how much I've spoken about them, but basically I bought these insoles that the nurse at the hospital basically told me to invest in. And they seem to work for 4 weeks. Yeah, they seem to work for about 4 weeks. And then, yeah, just last week, 2 weeks ago now, my 26k run, obviously towards the end of it, was just a madness, you know? So yeah, I mean, it's only a 10k run today, so I shouldn't really need them. But as I say, just to kind of mitigate or prevent any potential issues, I'm actually just gonna wear them. So yeah, one thing I need to really start doing is actually doing the exercises to strengthen the arch of my foot in my left foot, so that A, these issues will stop, and B, hopefully stop, because as I mentioned in last week's video now, part of it I think is actually the shoes as well. So I do need to get new running shoes. Part of it I think is actually the shoes, but yeah, we'll see anyway. So yeah, let me get on this run, and obviously I'll debrief it after. Right, just finished the 10k. I'm not gonna lie, that was a bit of a struggle. Let me be real, that was a little bit of a struggle. Did it in 1 hour, 6 minutes and 11 seconds for an average pace of, I think it was 6:37. Average heart rate 146. But from the very beginning, my legs just started to feel my legs were feeling just a little bit heavy. Now, I think that might be a combination of the fact that I had a whole medium Domino's pizza for lunch today. And obviously then went to the gym this evening or immediately before the run. So I think just both of those just culminated in me just feeling heavy, quite heavy, you know. My legs weren't really up for it. And at about 7k in, my lower back started hurting. Now in terms of my foot, it feels okay after that, I can't lie. It's like I'm not in pain or anything like that, so that's good. But obviously we'll see how I feel as I get back in, put my feet up, relax. My left Achilles still feels it a little bit, so I need to look into that, just ways in which I can kind of alleviate that, because it's seeming to be every run now it feels a bit tight during the run, so I need to look into that. But yeah, at least I've got the run done. It's what's the time, 5 minutes past midnight. So yeah, I probably should get in and shower up and chill. But yeah, just doing like a 5-minute walk just to kind of end the run before I get back indoors. But yeah, 5k recovery tomorrow. See how we feel on that one. I actually don't enjoy recovery runs at all. I was chatting to that guy that I mentioned a couple of weeks back, Kanan, in the gym today, and was just saying, yeah, like I just don't enjoy recovery runs. I just find them so long and boring, even though they're the shortest run of the week. But yeah, so obviously that tomorrow, and then see how I feel, then hopefully good to get 28k's done on Sunday. But obviously we'll keep you guys posted. So not long in from my 10k steady run, and I've showered up, obviously made some protein shake, just doing some stretching now before I chill and go to bed, because it's actually mad late now. It's like 1:45 at this point. But I just had a quick thought, and I was just like, one thing that's annoying about marathon training or this marathon block is you could do 2 of the same runs, but yet they go very differently. So obviously 10k today, as I've said, it wasn't particularly great, or I didn't feel particularly great. Yet 10k is a very comfortable distance for me now. Like, I've covered it a good few times now. 10k is a very comfortable distance. I've ran far further than that as part of this marathon block. But yet today just felt like a struggle to get the 10k done. Do you get what I'm saying? Whereas 2 weeks ago, when I did this exact same session, it was very comfortable. Granted, I would have prepped for them slightly differently, gone out at slightly different times and whatnot, but they were both still later on in the day. They were both after a full body gym session, but yet they just felt so different. And that's really annoying, I can't lie to you. I just want to know. Well, ideally you'd love to be in a position where it's just like every 10k you go out on, you know it's going to feel good, or you know this is how it's going to feel, or every whatever. Do you get what I'm saying? Especially when like I said, 10k is a very comfortable distance for me now. So I should, in my head, I shouldn't be feeling the way I felt after today. Like, I felt like I did a long run today. Like, I felt like after the run, I felt like I did a long run. Do you get what I'm saying? So I'm just like, why do I feel like this? But anyway, it's never a linear, straight line improvement curve. It's always, ups and downs. And I guess one thing that I am appreciating more and more with each run is just the effects of compounding. Today's run may have not been my greatest 10k run. Like for example, I'm not going to beat my 10k PB every run, am I? Obviously not. So it may not have been my greatest 10k run, but the fact that I've got the mileage under my belt, got my legs out there, got my legs moving for 10 kilometers will compound. So then the next time and the next time and the next time, it all compounds. And then eventually the base level is what's moving, right? The base level is the one that's improving. And you don't necessarily feel that in every single run. It's after time, it's like you get to a month down the line, you're like, okay, damn, my heart rate's lower for this pace that I was running, or wow, I just ran a very decent 5k time as part of my 10k run type of thing, right? And that's something that I need to get up in here, because sometimes I can beat myself up too much about little things that I've just not necessarily out of my control, but ultimately out of my control. Like today's run, I can't necessarily help how I feel. Yes, granted, you can talk about recovery, rest, mobility, diet, etc., and all that type of stuff. Maybe I'm not optimizing every single part of that formula. But like, as I say, I can beat myself up. Like, I was in the shower, I'm like, why do I feel like this? Now, don't get me wrong, I don't feel awful, but I definitely need a stretch. Do you get what I'm saying? So yeah, anyway, just thought I'd share those thoughts. Guys, it is Saturday night at about 8:15 in the evening. I'm still yet to get out and do my 5K recovery run. But I'm just finding this week I've just been putting off all my runs just because of my foot, to be honest with you. Like, I know I keep talking about it, but honestly, like, it's just this week, for example, I've just been feeling it. Like, I've just been feeling it in day-to-day life, maneuvering around, just doing what I'm doing. Like, I've just been feeling my foot. And it's just getting annoying. It's getting very annoying, I can't lie to you. And obviously it's getting to a point it's like I don't really know what to do aside from changing my shoes. So what I might do actually is in my 5K run, I'm actually going to revert back to my old school trusted Pegasus Turbo 2s, which funny enough, I actually didn't throw away. I was going to, but then I thought to myself, funny enough, let me just keep them until I build a bigger rotation. So I'm actually going to put them on. But what's annoying is like, I'm not trying them on from 100%. Like right now, I say my foot feels like 70%. Yeah, I say my foot feels like 70% right now. So I'm putting them on feeling 70% and just hoping it doesn't flare up afterwards, as opposed to like it being fine. I'm at 100%. And then, yeah, do you get what I mean? So yeah, I really don't know what to make of this long run tomorrow as well. 28K. Hi! That's going to be very interesting, but yeah, we'll see. So yeah, I'll do that. When I eventually get out, I've just eaten something, so I can't go out now. I'll go out in about 2 hours or so. So it's going to be another late one. Which is annoying because I actually should have thought about this and gone to bed earlier and planned around so I could go to bed early so I could wake up early and get the run done early in the morning, the 28K done early in the morning, but we shall see. Anyway, I'll keep you posted. So I can't lie, it's Sunday afternoon. We are... Sorry, guys. I'm... If you didn't know, I'm a United fan. It's literally just gone 2 o'clock. We're playing Crystal Palace and we've just gone 1-0 down. Anyway, what I was going to say until that I was rudely interrupted is... What kind of... I've lost my train of thought. Anyway, composure. So, it's Sunday afternoon. As I say, just gone 2 o'clock. I've still not got out for my long run. By the way, I didn't get out for my recovery run yesterday either. I'm not sure if I've updated you on that just yet. I don't think I have. I've not been out on my long run yet. I'm realising long runs are stuff that needs to be done in the morning because I don't understand how otherwise you're going to carve out 2 to 3 hours of your day like later on in the day. And now as we hit 2 o'clock, I've just had lunch, for example. Obviously I can't go out now. And then like as the late afternoon evening comes on Sundays, that's just not the most convenient time for me to get out and do it. So I think what I'm going to have to do is do it tomorrow, guys. I can't lie to you. Maybe I'm going to have to do it tomorrow. I don't know. I'll see, but it's looking increasingly unlikely that I'm going to get out and do it today. I've decided I'm going for this run, 28K. I'm dreading it, but as you can see, I am sweating, which can only mean one thing. I've got a fantastic warm-up in, because one thing I realised when I went for my 24K, I got a sick warm-up in before that, and so I felt good throughout the run. And so I've decided that, you know what, I'm going to do that again. So I've taken paracetamol and ibuprofen to hopefully manage any pain throughout. And particularly afterwards, by the time I get back anyway, it should be time to take some more afterwards. So hopefully I can manage that. As I said, done a fantastic warm up. Just going to wrap that up with some calf stuff as well. Because as you know, my calves and Achilles tend to get a bit tight during my runs. Or my Achilles tend to get a bit tight during these runs. So yeah, going to just wrap up with the last few bits on that. And then get out for this run. The one thing that I am pissed about is I don't have any energy gels. So I'm actually, for the first time, going to basically try out sweets during the run. Wish me luck, guys. Obviously, we'll report back at the end of this to let you know how it went. Guys, it's 20 to 9. 28K done. And you can probably tell I am done out here. I am finished. Anyway, let me shower, stretch, and then I'll come back and tell you about the run. Yes, people. So it is actually Monday morning now. It's 6:30 in the morning. And yeah, I can't lie. Your boy absolutely fell asleep last night. Obviously ate dinner, did some recovery stretching, and then I was just way too tired to pick up the camera again. So here we are. But yeah, just quickly want to debrief, obviously, this long run, this highly anticipated, much awaited long run, which I did not know how it was going to go. Let's just say it went. It went. I did 28K. But boy, guys, it was a struggle. It was a struggle. So to get the stats out of the way first, did it in 3 hours, 25 minutes and 24 seconds for an average pace of 720 per kilometer, average heart rate of 149. Now, what's annoying, so actually I'll put the splits on the screen as well. I was trying to just maintain throughout the whole run a pace of about 630 to 645, let's say, right? But for some reason, that just didn't work. Like, as you can see here, let's say up until the 11th kilometer, I did all right in doing that. There was one 733 at the 7th kilometer, probably hit a hill there. One 654, given my heart rate as well, probably hit a hill there as well. Actually, maybe I didn't hit a hill at 733, but given my heart rate at 654, maybe I hit a hill there as well. But then after that, my time just fell away. And it was just, yeah, 7:08, 7:13, 7:10, 7:09. So in the 7 minutes until the 20th kilometer. And then after that, guys, it was just, yeah, longer than 8 kilometers from the 21st to the end, basically. Like, it was a struggle. I was dragging myself through that run for the last bit of it. From when my pace hit 7 minutes, I was dragging myself, absolutely dragging myself, right? And then obviously at 21, it got peak, basically. Now, I remember at 21K, I was on a main road and I stopped for like 2 steps. And then I carried on because mentally I told myself, like, Darren, just keep going. Like, don't stop, just keep going. And I remember when I did that, as I say, stopped for like 2 steps and then carried on, or walked for like 2 steps and then carried on, right? And the guy in the van shouted, I can't remember exactly what he shouted out, but he shouted out something like, let's go, brother, come on. And I kind of like that, like, gave me the extra boost. Like, it felt like I took a, well, okay, it didn't feel like I took a senzu bean at all, because if anybody knows about senzu beans, it gives you full recovery. That's anime Dragon Ball Z reference there, for those who don't know. It's not something in real life. But it definitely felt like I took some sort of potion that just like mentally allowed me to just crack on. Do you get what I'm saying? And even though I went mad slow, and I told myself, like, even if I go mad slow, I'm just going to put one foot in front of the other and just keep going, right? And there's 2 things that kept me going, kept me doing that, right? The first one is, I remember when I did my 20K, and I think after the 8th kilometer, my pace fell away, completely dropped off. And that's when I was in pain for the rest of that run. Okay, like actual pain. This wasn't like yesterday where my legs actually just like felt mad tired. I was in actual pain, right? But I just kept telling myself, Darren, just keep going, keep going, keep going. That was just more from a mind over matter perspective. Like, you can do this, like, keep going. You're in the trenches. This is what training's meant to be like. Keep going. Do you get what I'm saying? So then that's when I did that. And I guess from then, from that one, I just know that, like, if you're ever in these positions, you can just keep going. Even if you do it at these mad slow paces, you can just keep going. Do you get what I'm saying? So this time round, I was thinking back to that, like, I've been in this situation before, I can do it again. But it also, I just remember thinking to myself, like, I'm not gonna lie, if this was marathon day, like, I know I would continue. Do you get what I mean? I know I would continue if this was actual marathon day. I'd have people on the sides, like, encouraging me, cheering me on, etc., etc. Like, I know this isn't enough on marathon day to stop me. So let me just keep going. And it's all about putting yourself in those situations so that when it comes to marathon day, I've been here before. Like, we're used to this. We know, oh, let's go. This isn't my first rodeo. I can do this. Do you get what I'm saying? And so, yeah, it's all about kind of simulating what it would be like. Like, if I was on marathon day, like I said yesterday, I wouldn't have stopped. So why would I stop yesterday? Like, I'll be doing myself a disservice. Do you get what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, even though my pace completely fell away, I'm proud that I was able to do that. What's annoying though is, like, obviously with forget the 26K, with my 24K, for example, I managed to maintain a pace. Like my average pace was about 6:32, I think it was, right? So that's why I said to myself, you know what, let me just maintain from the start 6:30. Because if you remember my 24K, I started off going at like anywhere from like 6:05 to 6:15 per kilometer for the first 12 kilometers. And in the second half, I slowed it down a bit, right? Ended up averaging 6:32 per kilometer. So I thought to myself, okay, this time around, instead of going off faster than I should do, let me just do the whole run at 6:30 per kilometer. So this is where it doesn't make sense to me why like the pace drops off that madly when I try to even maintain that 6:30, because like in theory I should be able to do this. Do you get what I'm saying? So yeah, that one I find strange. But then also one thing I will say is these long runs, I think I'm going forward, I'm only gonna do them in the morning. Like I'm gonna force myself to get out and do them in the morning. Like I was doing them in the morning before, which is fine. Like it's not an issue for me to get out in the morning, but recently I kind of just been delaying it because of my foot, as I mentioned in an earlier clip. I've been delaying because of my foot, etc., and just getting out later. And I just feel like the later runs, for some reason, I just find harder. Do you get what I mean? I just find them harder for some reason. So yeah, definitely going to be able to do that. But generally speaking, pain-wise, foot felt okay. Obviously, I'd taken paracetamol and ibuprofen, so not oblivious to the fact that that would have masked the pain, but at least like I was able to just cover the distance. Look, and if it means that going forward I have to take painkillers to mask the pain to complete these runs, so be it. Like it is what it is. I'm just gonna have to do that. Final two things in terms of, well, they're around the same point, but final point about fueling is two different things I want to talk about there. So yesterday as well, I didn't have any energy gels with me because I had run out, completely forgot, hadn't re-upped. So I didn't have any energy gels. So this is probably part of the reason as well why my pace fell off potentially. But I experimented, I guess, with sweets. So I bought a pack of sweets very early on in the run, literally within the first 500 meters, because at the end of my road, as I said, there's a shop. So I bought a pack of sweets that I took at 45 minutes and an hour and a half, or about 8 at 45 minutes and an hour and a half. And then I can't remember when it was, but maybe, distance wise, I can't remember where it was, but maybe like maybe like 2 hours into the run, I then bought a Lucozade Sport, a bottle of Lucozade Sport, which I was then sipping throughout the remainder of the run. Now, I'm not sure if that's sufficient to fuel that kind of run, but I tried it and it seemed to work. So what I mean by that is I wasn't sure whether I'd be able to digest it, whether it would just sit in my stomach, etc., etc., because I've had situations in the past where in shorter runs, I would have taken a few sweets, even half an hour before the run, and I just felt it sit in my stomach. But I guess I did read up before I did this, and it was kind of like jelly-based sweets are genuinely decent or good to take, and you shouldn't have any problems digesting it, etc., etc. So I had some, and yeah, felt good. And then again with the Lucozade, I wasn't sure like how that would sit in my stomach and whatnot. And so yeah, glad that I know now that like I can do that, because I have been getting to a point, particularly over the last few runs, where I'm just like I can't just continuously increase the amount of gels I'm taking over a long run. Like I can't get to a point where I'm taking 10 gels in a long run, right? I really think like 4 should be the max, and then from there I need to get creative with other ways of fueling the runs, whether it is sweets or whether it is like the Lucozades and stuff like that, right? So yeah, glad I was able to do that. But then the second point I was going to make is around carb loading. One thing I'm definitely going to start looking at as well, especially when looking at this week, I've got 30K to do on Sunday. One thing I'm definitely going to start looking at is carb loading and doing research behind how you do it, and yeah, basically how to carb load basically, so that come the 30K, I'm in a good position, starting from a good place, sorry, and then obviously fueling for the run to recover any depleted energies as we run, obviously, right? Because yeah, 30K, I am absolutely not looking forward to that, but obviously it's got to be done. When I finished the run yesterday, I actually deeped that that's 2/3 of a marathon distance that I covered yesterday, which in my head, I'm just thinking to myself, like, I don't know how I'm adding 14K to what I did yesterday. Like, what? That is mad. And there's less than 2 months to go at this point, guys. There's like 6 weeks left. When I deep it, I've only got, bear in mind, this week was meant to be a taper week, because what I did this week, I was meant to do last week. And then this week was meant to be a taper week. So I've kind of switched them around. Even like last week was my taper. Obviously I didn't do anything, just my 9K run. This week I've obviously done, I think it's 47K's worth of mileage. Obviously I didn't do my recovery run, so it was meant to be 52. And then obviously from next week, it's like the new week, right? So I've got that. So it's a 30, 32, 34K. And then I'm tapering for 3 weeks until the marathon. Like, it's crazy because like with marathon training, I know you increase the distances gradually so your body gets used to covering the distances. But I'll be lying if I said I felt like my body was getting used to covering these distances. Like I thought yesterday, at least the first 20K like should be fine. Do you get what I'm saying? Because I've covered 20K plus numerous times now. Bro, like I've just showed you, my pace dropped off. But then again, as I said, there's probably mitigating factors or extenuating circumstances, should I say. But yeah, anyway, that's that. So that right there is another week of training in the bag, guys. I think week 23. So very happy with that. Almost a complete week. So got 3 out of 3 gym sessions done and 3 out of 4 runs done. Obviously just didn't get my recovery run done on Saturday, but very happy with that given how I came into the week. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Very happy with that given how I came into the week. So yeah, 47 kilometers in total, as I said. So my biggest week yet in terms of training. Obviously it was meant to be 52 as I mentioned, but it is what it is, still my biggest week yet. Obviously going into this week now, week 24, it's due to be even bigger. Obviously a long run of 30K, so not sure how I'm feeling about that yet. But as I mentioned, I'm gonna look into carb loading for that run properly. Obviously re-up on my energy gels and make sure I fuel that run properly. Right, I'm gonna go into that run confident with the knowledge of science, right? That's gonna help me optimize and perform on that run as best as possible. So yeah, feeling good. But as always guys, doing this, training for the marathon and ultimately running the marathon to raise money for charity, the Sickle Cell Society. So on the screen, there will be this time a QR code. It'll be there now. It will be there now, and it would have been across the video, a QR code that you can scan to go to the donation page and leave a donation. Alternatively, down in the description, you can find the first link will take you to the donation page. So guys, I've got a target that I'm looking to hit. Any amount that's donated will be greatly appreciated and greatly welcomed. There's about 7 or so weeks left of this till marathon day. That's crazy. It's crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Sub-4 is looking a bit mad right now, but hey, we'll go for it, man. We'll go for it. It starts in here, right? But I'm on my way to work, guys. I'm starting a new job today, so wish your boy luck. And obviously, I hope that you guys have a fantastic week. Well, by the time you see this, it will be Wednesday at the earliest. So hope you enjoy the rest of your week and have a good one. And I will catch you in the next video. Peace.
You're not going to wake up motivated every day, and especially in a marathon prep, as mileage increases, the wear and tear on the body increases, you become more tired, you start questioning, why am I even doing this? You have to go through that mud at some point, because when you cross the finish line of 26.2 miles, it's all going to make sense. Why? Because the days that matter are the days that you don't want to.